All right, hey, fifth graders, welcome back to Mr. Hans's math class YouTube video, the string of them. Got a little special guest for you guys today. Percy's right here on the desk with us. Right now, at the end, I'll show him to you guys. I'll hold him out to the camera. Hopefully you guys, he misses you guys, and we'll cover that later on. But today what we're covering is lesson 62, estimating arithmetic answers with rounded and compatible numbers. All right, now remember, compatible numbers mean that they are able to divide into each other evenly. Okay, we're not getting a remainder or anything like that when we're dealing with compatible numbers. Okay, so in this lesson we will practice quickly getting close to an exact number. All right, estimating. Okay, just vocab word for you guys. Trying to get close to an exact answer. Okay, it's not like 16 divided by 4 has an exact answer. It's 4. Okay, if say we have 17 divided by 4, we have to find a number that's compatible with it, and it won't be an exact answer, because 17 divided by 4, we would get a decimal, a fraction, or a remainder. All right, so if we round it down to 16 to make it compatible, we would get 4. All right, it's not an exact answer. All right, and then we use rounded numbers or compatible numbers to make arithmetic easier when rounding. Make it mental math for us. That's why we estimate. Make it quick. All right, and yes, we won't get an exact answer, but if we round correctly, it'll be close. All right, it'll be close. Yes. Example 1. Estimate the product of 29 and 19. Is the estimate greater than or less than the actual product? How do you know? Okay, so first they're asking two questions here, okay? First things first, we have to estimate the product of 29 and 19. Now remember, product, that's the answer to a multiplication problem. So we have to multiply to get our answer. All right, so 29 and 19, well, the number we would round 29 to would be 30, and 19 we would round to 20, because that's the nearest tens. Okay, and we multiply that out. Now, with multiplying, remember, if it ends in a 0, you can have a cliffhanger. So just bring down that 0, then go from the tens place to the ones place. You have 2 times 0, which is 0, and then 2 times 3, which is 6. So you have 600. Okay, now, answering the second question, is the estimate greater than or less than the actual product? Okay, so the actual product, if we went 29 times 19, okay, we're not going to work that out, but it's asking if this 600 is greater than, if the product here is greater than the product we would get here. It would be greater than because we rounded 29 up and we rounded 19 up. Since we rounded both numbers up, it would be greater than, okay? This value is greater than the actual value, okay? Now if we would have rounded down, say to 25 and 15, then the estimated product would be less than the actual product, okay? But in this case, since we rounded both numbers up, the product would be greater than. So that's how you figure that out. Example 2. Estimate the sum of $8.95, $7.23, $11.42, and $6.89 by rounding to the nearest dollar before adding. Okay, so they don't want an exact answer. They don't want $8.95, $7.23, $11.42, $6.89. They don't want that. Okay, they don't want the exact answer. They want you to round it. Okay, make it quick. So $8.95 rounding to the nearest dollar, to the nearest whole number, would be $9. And you can put the zeros at the end if you want to. You don't have to. $7.23 to the nearest dollar. So since halfway is $7.50, this is lower than $7.50. So then we would round down to $7. $11.42 is just below $11.50. So then we would round down again, and then $6.89, that since that is higher than $6.50, we would round up to $7. Again, you can put the zeros if you want, and we're adding, because we want to know the total sum, estimate the sum. All right, so then we have zeros here, and then we add. 9 plus 7 is 16, plus 1 is 17, plus 7 is 24. Okay, and then we go 2 plus 1, we would get 3. And then don't forget your dollar sign. So that would be our answer, $34. Okay, if we estimated correctly. That should be your answer. All right, example 3, excuse me. Estimate the perimeter of this rectangle by first rounding its length and width to the nearest 10 millimeters. Okay, so now we have, if you can see this is 78 millimeters and 31 millimeters. Okay, so what would we round 80 millimeters, or what would we round 78 millimeters to the nearest 10 millimeters? This would be 80 millimeters. Okay, and then 31 millimeters, we would round that to 30. Now, perimeter, how do we find the perimeter of a rectangle? We add up all the sides. Okay, so we have 80, 80, 30, 30. Okay, so we have 80 plus 80, which is, add those two up first, we would have 160, and we can do 30 plus 30 mentally, that would be 60. And then add that up, we should get 0, 6 plus 6 is 12, 1 plus 1 is 2. So then our label would be 220 millimeters. That would be estimated around the total, the perimeter of the square. Now this would be pretty close because this one we rounded up. This, the 31, we rounded down. So I'm guessing we're pretty close again, but it's not an exact answer. Okay, that one you couldn't tell if it was greater than or less than, since we both rounded up or down. All right, last example. An average cat weighs about 14 pounds, and an average porpoise weighs about 103 pounds. About how many more pounds does a porpoise weigh than a cat? All right, so an average cat weighs 14 pounds. About how many pounds does a porpoise weigh more than a cat? Okay, so now you're trying to find compatible numbers, okay? But we're still subtracting, okay? So what could we round 14 to make it mental math? All right, I would say your textbook says to leave it. I would round it to 15 to the nearest fives, and then I would round 103 to the nearest fives again, and we would have 105. And then we would subtract, we get 0, and then subtract, we have to borrow, it'd be 90. I think your textbook goes 104 and 14, but it doesn't make sense to round one of them and not the other one. So that's where it's kind of a little iffy. But so then your label would be pounds. It would be 90 pounds more. Okay? So next we'll do the shout out for the 5th grade. For you guys, I'll be calling out I'll draw out 2 sticks since there was 2 groups of you. All right, and here's Percy. He's pretty excited to see you guys. I'm surprised he wasn't squawking during the video. Oh, I put the wrong ones in there. We'll draw from 1 cup. Ooh, that's a good one. And the other one. The other one, there it is. All right, so from Mr. Schleck's homeroom, a shout out goes to Gabe. And then in Miss Matson's homeroom, shout out goes to Ethan. Hopefully you guys like this video. Again, Percy misses you guys. He's pretty loud when I'm here in the afternoons, knowing that you guys should be here. He's kind of in his summer mood, being by himself, but he's trying to work on his summer body right now. He's not there yet, but he'll get there. But since I'm talking about you guys, he's kind of getting a little excited. But thanks for watching, you guys. If you have questions, don't be afraid to email me. If you have questions, the office hours, I'll start getting out to you guys when I'll be available for live streaming on YouTube to answer any questions that you may have on your assignments. All right, miss you guys. Hope to see you soon. Peace.